Hey, 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 everyone. It is Thursday, October the 3rd, and we're grooving it. And it's crazy because somebody downstairs from who's living beside me or behind underneath me, they're drilling something and it's making like strange little fart noises in the wall. And so if you hear any kind of like sound, it is not me. It's somebody drilling and it's coming through the I don't know what. And I have a little dog, and she's going to be a little bit reactive. So let's see how this goes. I'm so glad that everybody is here. Ira, oh my God, Ira, happy birthday! Oh, we get to sing happy birthday to Ira. I hope she doesn't mind. I know she might be embarrassed, but too bad. That's just how it is. Conrad, thank you so much for stopping by. Hey, Lex, my Miami guy. There's Joe Soyo. I'm so glad Joe's here because there's a lot of things that I want to share from Joe's AR VR creations on Over the Reality. I love that Elias is here as well. Rex, I'm so glad you're here. And of course, my favorite power mapper couple, Brover and Strawberry. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Stilo. Oh my God, Stilo, I've got something really cool for you. You'll see it later in a bit. I know you're probably busy working on Unity, and I'm just really thankful that you can like join anyway. So I'm just so happy. Guys, if you can, go ahead and share out the space and invite people that aren't here. I will as well, as long as I don't close the space by accident. Dot, 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 dot. Let me see. Let's just take a little bit of time. I'm going to bring back that music. So this music is it's called Upbeat Funk Production Background Music for video, royalty free. There you go. Okay, let's bring it back on while I take the time to share the space and DM people. Hey, Kbot, so glad you're here to join. Oh, and James Phillips. Sounds like very kingly. All right, just give me a second, everyone. Da, 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 da. Where is that volume? All right, I did the deed. Not sure how that audio sounded, but I guess I'll figure it out once I hear the audio playback. All right. So today's over the reality community space. It's really about celebrating the AR VR creators and the map to earn mappers. The reason why I figured we would have a space like that is because I've been invited to a few other spaces to talk about over the reality. And we're in our little bubble. We know what over is, or those of you that are here should know. We know its capabilities. That is why for the OGs that are on here, still building behind the scenes, we know that we're still very early on. And yeah, no, totally, we're so early. And I know that there are so many other, I don't know, let's call it metaverse platforms or virtual platforms that you can create a lot of content, i.e. spatial, Decentraland. I'm not sure about, I mean, Sandbox, yes. So we have here Ira and Stilo and Kbot. Oh my God, there's like they are content creators. I would call them, yeah, they're like, I would call them XR creators as well. In addition to, we have like Rex Gatling, who's an XR developer, and we'll get into him later. I did get to interview him a few Tuesdays back. So if you want, you can always DM me and I can send you the link to the interview, but either video or audio. But so let's get back. So we have Ira and Stilo. Oh, we have Altered Alley here. We have a lot of people here that have really been developing on spatial. And if you don't know, or if you haven't seen any of their creations, it's like fantastic, guys. It's like insane. And in a way, I get a little bit not jealous. I always say I get jealous in every freaking space, but it's almost like I kind of want them to develop on over the reality. And by develop, I mean bring their damn assets over to over. And I know they're like, well, how do you do that? Well, I know it has to do with uploading a .glb file. I think Joe will have more on that and Altered Alley because they've been avid content creators on over. So in terms of that the tech aspect of it, I really don't, I can't say I know because I've never actually firsthand uploaded anything on Over the Reality. But yeah, uh, we are now in a time and era that is like just phenomenal. It's phenomenal in so many ways. It's phenomenal because I usually don't like to use the word empowerment because it's been so overused, but it's really true though. If you are an artist, a musician, a content creator, whatever that means to you, you literally have the tools and the resources and a plethora of platforms to express your imagination and your creativity. And I know that there are some people that are like, well, I'm not creative, like I can't sing or I can't draw, whatever. But there are tools now where you can learn, and or there are artificial intelligence tools like AI tools. But we'll get into that like later if we do. So I wanted people to remember. I wanted to remind people about Over's platform. Now I won't go too much into it, but for me, Over is like guys. It's a digital canvas. I mean, literally, it's a digital canvas over the whole world. And if you are an artist who wants to show your work, whether it's okay, here's the thing. Let's back up here. I don't know how it is, but I know I have a brother-in-law who's an artist. He's like pencil and ink artist, and he's been shown in many galleries. Like they're in Toronto, but I know they travel a lot to the States, Pennsylvania, Florida. I think they might go to Europe, him and his wife, and they travel to show his work. He either gets it in like an artist collective exhibition or legit in art galleries. And I know that there's a whole process for that, and it's quite tedious because sometimes you want to get your art out there, and it I don't know, I think there's like a waiting list or you have to apply, and not always is an art gallery susceptible to having a certain art piece in their brick and mortar, because number one, maybe it doesn't suit the brand, maybe it doesn't suit the previous artists that they've shown. You get what I mean. So in terms of using AR and VR, right? Or let's just talk about Over the Reality's digital canvas. And we have a lot of that. If you're an artist and you are having a challenging time getting your work seen, well, fuck that. You know why? All you have to do is you can just literally, guys, purchase. This is not a sell, but if you were to just like, if you lived in Boston, in Seattle, like, I don't know, wherever you live, if there was a favorite park that you went to, or like an open space, you can actually go on Over the Reality, purchase that spatial layer, that digital layer over that physical location, and then you can upload your art up there in whatever way. Either it's 3D, you can take a picture of it, JPEG, like, I don't know, and upload it. A lot of people have done that. And I get that there are some platforms that are so easy and so much fun, but let's not forget about Over. Only because, and it's not like Over is behind. There's a big learning curve, I feel. I mean, I don't know because I haven't been a content creator on Over, but I feel that there has been. But if you speak to people like Joe Soyo, who I believe is initially has not really been an AR content creator. Like, this guy's learned Blender, he's learned Unity, and I've seen his progress ever since I met him, right? And I've also seen Hexadize's progress. For those people who are in the room who actually are not even, who don't consider themselves as artists, and yet they said, you know what, I want to do this. This is pretty cool. So they download Blender and then they play around with it, and then they go, okay, you know what? Let me try Unity first. Let me try Unity now, and then they do that. There's a lot of tutorials out there for Blender and Unity, so I don't know why anybody is not able to do that, including me. I'm just lazy, but I just wanted to remind people, especially artists out there, you can actually upload something in AR or VR for, number one, just your family or your neighborhood community to see. I know Hexadize has done that, right? Like, it doesn't, it could just be something special to you. You don't have to like share it to the world. But guess what? everybody in the world can see it because people can view it remotely. And especially if you map, now, especially if you map that hexagon that you owned, and you can actually use that backdrop. So now people who are in Italy or in Canada or in Indonesia, when you send them a link to your art gallery, they can actually see it remotely in the context that it is shown, whether it's in a park or stuff like that. I know that Metaverse Mint, Joe Soyo, Hexadize, a number of artists here have created art galleries for different, I don't know, like different themes. I invited Medigate Milano up. Oh my God, Medigate. So Medigate Milano, hello, they're in Italy. They're like an AR agency, I would say, marketing agency. They've been so prolific in creating so many types of experiences on over. They've done something for leukemia. They did a national campaign on leukemia. They also did something for like environmental, like an environmental awareness. They've done something for Chinese New Year. I mean, they've even created games. So when people think, oh, I'm just going to upload a static 3D asset on an overland, that's cool. No, 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 no. Medigate Milano and Cybernerd Baby, they've actually created interactive content that you can interact with. Like it's a game, you can shoot stuff. There's a guy here, I guess he's from Poland. I can't remember his name. He used to go by the name of Honey something, and he created like a first-person shooter kind of game. It was fantastic. And it's not okay when you first download it and you look at it, you're like, wow, this is so cool. And yeah, it's not like a AAA game. However, the fact that there's the possibility of starting to create, because like I said again, we are still so early, and you have the tools, you have the platform, and if you can spare the time to learn and to create. And I know many of you are creating on spatial or voxel or I don't know, whatever, and I think that's great. But like, come on, guys, get your assets, get your ass sets up on over. Now I have at least about 100 overlands. I have them like in like the US, Toronto, Canada, like Korea, stuff like that. If you don't want to buy, if you're like, well, I don't know, I don't want to spend money. And why wouldn't you though? But why wouldn't you want to buy a virtual spatial layer that is an NFT? Like, I just don't know. Why wouldn't you? But if you don't want to, I am happy to, and you want to test it out, I am happy to have anyone here upload content in any one of my 98 overlands that are just begging for content, right? I have some in Seattle, no, do I? San Francisco, New York, like it's crazily insane. I can go on and on and on. I just want to see who's in the room. Hi, Queritori. So good to see you here. DJCK, Swavery. Hi, Swavery. James Jones is here. Lo-Fi, good to see you. Hey, Alex, our head of community management. It's always good to see him here. Oh my God, Alex, we go back. He's like, yeah, when I first came on to Over the Reality in 2021, he was like, to me, he was like the staple community member there. And he's actually the one that had the great idea of creating an ambassador group for Over, where he can get, like, we can like kind of like gather, I guess I don't know, what do you call it? Like the over enthusiasts all into one Telegram group. And that was really great because it gave us a way to like talk to each other in addition to talk to like the core team when they're not busy. So I really shout out to Alex for that. Of course, Crypto Camps, nice to see you. Honeycomb, Hexadize. Wow. Hexadize, I had a dream about Hexadize last night. And it was like, no, it was like a creative dream in terms of, I don't know, we were somewhere in some huge convention center and something like he had to go off somewhere. And I looked at him and I said, but do you have your water bottle? And then he says, yeah. And I said, are you sure? And he says, yes, I do. And then he's walking. And then I look at my bag, my messenger bag, and I go, no, you don't have your water bottle. And he turns around and I take this water bottle and I throw it at him. And then he's like in midair, he tries to catch it. And then he's about to catch it. And then my dream ends. I don't know what that means. I really don't. So, okay, enough talk. Ooh, we have Conjula. Oh my God, guys. So you know that I always end a song from Conjula, Zombie Mobbin in any space I have. And yeah, this is the guy. He's in the audience. His name is Conjilla. He's part of the Zombie Mob Xenu Maniacs community. He's actually already he's got two music NFT collections out there. They're fantastic. It's really great. So I'm going to be playing that again at the end. Gabe, it's good to see you. Hey, Cortez. Oh my gosh, everybody's popping up. All right. If I don't shout out to you now, I will shout out to you at the end. Trust me, I will. I do want to bring up Ira because she came up. She hardly has the time to come up and speak. So I'm sorry that I've been ranting away, Ira. How are you and happy birthday?
Hey Carmen, hello friends down. Who I see, Stilo, Altered, oh my gosh, K-pop, Lofi. Yeah, I'm good. I had a few moments to spare to take care of myself because I'm going out. And I saw you jumped on space, and I put notifications. As I said, I put notifications on you, so came up, and I got happy. So I'm here just to say hi to you guys and thank you for the wishes. Yeah, Carmen, it's great. Over reality is amazing, and I think that's the future because I'm looking forward to see how we can can we bring over reality into this event that we're working on right now. It's a Web3 Artists Award ceremony in metaverse, in real life, and it's a big event. So I'm trying to visualize how we can merge spatial different platforms as Decentraland, Roblox, and over reality into this whole event. I kind of imagine it as Oscars. As you know, I would not only want to do it on a PC where I see it flat, and basically it's not flat, but it's flat. But also VR glasses, also AR. Like I want to see it all. I want to go and touch that. Like a 3D digital award, where I can actually kind of feel like I'm getting it with my hands in real life. So it's going to be interesting if we can do something like this in the future. What do you think, Carmen?
Oh no, I love that idea. Thank you so much for involving and considering over and it. Like I think this is huge. The Web3 awards. I really feel that you're right. It does seem like the Academy Awards or the Grammy Awards of Web3, and it's to me. I think it's very exciting because it recognizes not just artists but every possible entity involved in Web3. And I would love for Over the Reality to have a presence there. And you know what? Thank God Hexadize is up here on the speaker panel because if he is the OG of getting the different metaverse platforms together. Like I feel like he was one of the pioneer. Like he was pioneer and pinnacle in getting the first metaverse music festival up in 2021, I believe. Hex, isn't that right?
Yeah, there was a whole bunch. It takes everybody, and everybody was there, right? There was K-pop was there, Altered was there. I'm pretty sure Lo-Fi was there, Stilo, it took everybody, it takes everybody, and and like you were saying, even for these Web3 Artist Awards, that's the only way it's going to happen. It's like everybody joining in. Right, it's going to be all because it's like you said, that real Oscar style event. It could be a magical moment and one to remember. Right, a legacy moment.
Oh, I'm glad you brought up the legacy part. I'll touch on that a bit, but yeah, Ira, it's super easy. You really don't need anything other than access to an overland wherever the event is going to be or a series of events. And once you have access to it, access meaning if nobody owns it, then I guess the organization or whoever can purchase it, or one of us can, or if somebody already owns it, we just have to. Oh, I know Hex said this yesterday. If somebody owns it, Hex, you say you go. You can rent out the space. You can rent out the overland, and to be able to create AR VR experiences on it, right, Hex?
Yes, you can. That's the best part about it, is you don't actually have to own it. You can, because you don't have to have it all the time and control it all the time. You can use it just for that moment. And and it's so easy. You can just go on there, onto the website, and click the spot you want and say rent, and then pay for it and set your dates, and then boom. It's really just, it's magical. You don't have to get in contact with the landowner if you don't want to. You don't have to wait for somebody to respond. Emails, it's just click, post, done.
No, exactly. So I know Ira, we're connected. Like we're connected. We're all connected with Hex, Stilo, Altered Alley, Kbot. The usual. That group. It's weird. It's almost like, oh, you know what? So I just thought of something. You know how? Okay, I don't know firsthand, but you know how out in San Jose, San Francisco, Silicon Valley, you get the Silicon Valley guys, and they're all like hobnobbing and elbows deep together, and they're all kind of like, well, oh, I got a startup. Okay, I'll invest in your startup. He's got a startup. Okay, let's invest in his startup. So they're all kind of like in bed together, like giving each other a pat on the backs with their own startups. I guess that's how it must have been. I'm thinking. Okay, I could be totally wrong, but no, I don't think so. So I kind of like feel this is how we are. And by we meaning, I shouldn't even say this because haven't created anything yet. But I mean, like people like Ira, Hexadite, Stilo, Altered Alley, K-pop, everybody here who is a creator, or not, even if you're not a creator, if you're creating content, like sharing what the creators are doing, giving them a platform and a space and a voice to share, even if you retweet, do a video about it, you're all still putting in, right? And I feel like that's what we are ish. We're kind of like, not this, you get what I mean. Like we're like the Silicon Valley. I don't know. That's not the right analogy, but we are the group of people that we will always be stuck together. And then 2 years, 5 years down the road, we're going to see Ira in New York, in Amsterdam, in Paris with her stuff out in AR. And then we're going to see Altered Alley, like everywhere with these what's it called, like even in Nuit Blanche, like I know a few of you here are going to participate in Nuit Blanche with these art installations that involve AR, VR. Rex Gatling is going to have a huge part in that, whether if it's not in your project, it's in other projects as well. So is Joe, like so is Lex. Lex is great. Like Lex at Tech Mental, he's done so much for the Miami scene. Yeah, he's done so much for the Miami scene in terms of artists and getting them into the NFT space and getting them to understand blockchain, and artists and musicians, really kind of like bringing the Web2 artists and musicians into Web3. And I really appreciate that he's doing that. And we have Swavery down there. Like I'm gonna dox him. He's from Toronto, but he's all over this whole what the future is going to bring, not just for musicians and artists, but especially for business and entrepreneurs. So he's working, his magic in the meetings that he's doing. And it's really fantastic. So I feel like everybody here it's like the familiar faces in all the different spaces. That's what I feel like you guys are. And I'm just happy to be part of all of this. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, so celebrating over AR, VR creators in DePIN. I want to bring some people up. I hope Joe can come up. Hex, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I get anxious when I share stuff because I don't want to like rug the room. But let's try anyway. I have it prepared on my desktop. All the what's it called? Maybe I'll just do it on my desktop. Did Joe come up? Thank God Joe came up. Joe, thank you so much for coming up.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm so great. Joe, can you please do us the honors and share your 13 haunted hexes, since it is that time of year? It's the ghoul season, the Halloween season. Please share. I know he will. So this guy...
I'm just kidding.
I know you're kidding, but while you are sharing it and Hexadize is kind of controlling his laughter, Ira, happy birthday. You and Kbot have kind of like a close in birthdays. You guys are Libras, very like even keeled. I feel that.
Libras, yes, but that's my favorite day. Also, the third. 3 is such an interesting number, and Thank you so much. Maybe we will have some surprise party in the evening in Spatial. I'll let you know, guys.
Oh, please send me the link because I missed something. Like every time you guys like you, K-Bot, Stilo, somebody always posts something. I'm like, oh my God, I missed it. And I kind of like don't because I want to be there. It's strange, but I really do. But so I call Ira the Bond girl because if you've seen her in RL, she managed to she gives me this Bond girl vibe because like she looks like a Bond girl in all the avatars that she creates or how she presents herself in a virtual world. And then she goes and posts like an RL photo of her. And I'm like, yeah, she's the Bond girl in so many ways. So to my Bond girl, I'm going to say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ira. Happy birthday to you. I hope you have a really great year. And whatever I said in DM. Just
thank you. Thank you, Carmen. Well, I'm definitely not a bubbly girl. I'm very serious, straightforward with a witty humor.
no.
If you understand, you understand.
Totally.
Otherwise-
That's a Bond girl. Bond girls are serious. They're serious, mysterious, they're sleek, they're like always assessing the situation and situational awareness and all that. That is you. Anyway, thank you for gracing us on your birthday and I know you're so busy. So Joe, I know you posted your no, you did not, Joe. Joe, you did not post yet. Holy smokes, this guy. Let me go.
Carmen, I've got to run.
I know you
I've got to run.
do.
I'm so sorry, but listen, thank you so much. I wanted to stay here for a little longer, but I've got to run to this birthday thing.
I know. Bye. Have a
you so
great
much.
time. Love you. Bye bye.
Okay, see ya.
Ciao, ciao. All right. Okay. I'm just so glad she was here. Stilo, since Joe, so Stilo does a lot of. I know Hex is gonna want this as well. So Stilo does a lot of live DJing on Spatial, and if you don't know, Over has an Over Live console. And last year, thank you, Joe. Last year we have been doing every Friday vibes where we get people and invite them into Over the Reality for some like DJ sets, right? And then we also I think like they have a POAP, a dispenser there. So if you're like the first, I don't know, like 100 or 50 people to get in, you can grab the POAP. We used to do that, right? I know Alex knows. And then it was really great because you'd see Davide Cutini, you'd see like Davide's like photorealistic face there. You're like, oh, Davide's there. And he's got wings on his back, whatever. And it's really cool. And I kind of want Stilo to be able to bring his maybe not Super Wednesday, maybe it'll be like something else, some day of the week, and utilize the Over Live console onto Over. Now I know I said this, but don't ask so much yet because I know Hex knows. I don't know what percentage of it is running 100% well. Do you know what I mean, Hex? Yes, you know what I mean, Hex. So yeah, Stilo, come on up. Stilo.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm
What's
good.
up, guys?
Hey. Hey, that was really a great set yesterday. That was like, it was good.
Thanks,
It always is.
I wanted to mix it up and just like throw out some different vibes and have some fun. So thanks for coming through. It's always great seeing you, and it's fun. Like, we all know each other in like Web3 and we follow each other around because, we enjoy what we're all creating. So it's great to be here.
Yeah, no, it is. So I think behind the scenes, Hex and I will talk to you. I don't know when, but we'll figure out something so that you can maybe do a performance on Over the Reality, like in one of Over the Realities. I don't know, right, Hex? They have that DJ Mars thing.
No. You make your own, Stilo. No, you're gonna come in. You're gonna do exactly what you're gonna. No, you're gonna have your own spot with your own merch, with your own shop, with your own thing. Because why would you come in? Why would Stilo come in on somebody else's stage for somebody else's stage when they? I'm just like, in my opinion, Stilo would have. It was Stilo's world. It would just be Stilo's
That's
world.
right. That's right. All right. My bad. My bad. Okay, my bad. I need a sound thing to conk me on the head. You're right, Hex. You're
He's got
absolutely
T-shirts.
right.
He's got hats. I mean, let's put them up somewhere so people can see them. You know, that way they can come back and go, "Where was that hat? Oh yeah, Stilo's world."
No, actually, Hex.
The more the merrier. I'm down for anything and everything.
Okay, you've got your own brand going. You actually can upload a wearable, an NFT wearable to the Over marketplace. Let's plan that for 2025 because there's a lot of moving parts, and I got to make sure the parts are there before we move them. Right, Hex? Hex knows, but Stilo, that would be really great because I know you're so well known on spatial, like and in other communities. But I kind of like really want to. We want to, not me, not just me. We would love to have you on Over, and let's plan that for 2025 when the whole Stilo world can also, be on Over.
That sounds so much fun. I think it's great to bring awareness and different experiences. Like I'm sure definitely planning doing something in Monoverse soon. If you've ever been there, it's pretty cool. And can't wait to try Over the Reality.
Oh, that's great. And speaking of music, so there's Kangilla down there. And once we get we're probably going to use you as a kind of like a guinea pig, but we won't, Stilo. Once we iron out that whole live performance or at least recorded performance or whatever on Over, then perhaps we can bring it down to Kangilla and he can do a live performance there. And maybe he can drop one of his launch an NFT, not on Over's, spread awareness and promote it on Over. And I'm pretty sure he's going to launch his NFT on the mainnet Z blockchain. So that's really good. I'm looking forward to it.
Did you just organize a music festival and tell everybody, hey, you're going to go get your own plots of land and you're going to have your own worlds and your own stage with your own merch and you're going to do this? Did you just organize an entire music festival on Over the Reality and just kick? Did you?
I think I just got hexadized. I think I just got hexadized. This is the proof that I got hexadized. I think I did. I think I'm channeling you, Hex. Holy ass. Yes. And it's not me. I'm just blah 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 blah. But I know in behind the scenes, you're the mover and shaker, man. I'm just a talker. And then I'm like, Hex, come on, help me. Yeah. Hex, I think I'm your little munchkin or whatever you call me. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Hey, Joe. Can we talk about Joe?
Hey, Carmen.
Joe, I'm so impressed by you and in awe of you because I remember we talked 2 years ago and you were dabbling in whatever content. And then now, look, I can't believe the stuff that you're creating. It's insane. And then especially when you actually created an SOP to get Grateful Magnet's Board Ape Yacht Club's NFT or 3D asset into 3 beaches on Lisbon for the NFC Summit. I think that's fantastic. Joe, can you please share with us, number 1, how did you find Over the Reality? Number 2, what got you started on creating? How did you start to create? Did you use Sketchfab? Did you learn Blender? And where are you now?
Let's see. OVR, I found it trading on KuCoin when they got listed. I just looked it up and saw the AR stuff and then found the lands and started buying. And then just liked it as a, like you say, a digital canvas to be able to put stuff on. I just thought that was really cool. And from the beginning, I liked in the white paper, they talked about it, AI assisted, some other stuff in augmented reality that kind of drew me in. And I always thought it would be a cool place to do a film studio or, where you could build characters, put them in there with you and, Roger Rabbit style. And it kind of just grew from that, but I didn't know anything about it in the beginning. So I learned
I was doing a lot of stuff with the Oculus in the beginning, where I would like use tilt brush and paint, and then bring those paintings into over the reality, and then look at them. It was pretty fun. And I would take and maybe go downtown and remotely view it against a brick wall or something that gave it a little bit of an aesthetic background. It was kind of fun. And then met the Nasty Hooks, which was a band that was doing some promotion for NFTs and stuff on Wax, and then made some AR promotions for them. And that's what kind of got me into like building more of like 3D stuff. And then did some stuff with Mints and a bunch of other people over the, you know, some Easter stuff, some Christmas stuff, some Halloween stuff. And then, you know, to this project for Halloween now. I just wanted to do something fun by myself. And I was kind of pushing towards an 80s horror theme, you know, the whole Halloween, Friday, where it's slow college kids in the woods running, silly themes, just kind of having fun. And that's what it is. It's a bunch of hexes, and you basically just click. There's only one click in each hex, and that'll be on the portal where there's like a big spinning. And you have to jump through the portals like in a time and space thing to get to the end.
Okay, first of all, you're just playing around having fun. And fun is the key to vitality and energy and just being in your zone, right? And I love that. But I'm looking at this, one of your hexes, one of your 13 haunted hexes, and my God, this is like an animation movie out of Disney or Slash, and that I kind of want to watch. I want to watch it on a big screen. And so for those of you on the Twitter space, he posted it up on the, oh my God, Lex wanted to call it something, on the billboard. Lex, I used your thing. So Lex, Joe posted one of his haunted hexes on the billboard. Oh no, a few of them. I'm particularly looking at one that says the professor and 7 students travel through time and space to save the timeline. And I'm watching this on screen, and it literally looks like a movie. And I cannot believe, Joe, that you've come so far to be creating this. Can I ask you, how many hours did it take you to create this particular the professor and 7 students experience?
It's been a few weeks, most of September. So I started out with just the hexes, and then I used a lot of AI. So all the songs I created through Udio, wrote all the lyrics for each one, and then used Kyber AI for a lot of the... So the thing about using the over hexes to build something is when you start getting elaborate, there's a really small file space. So you kind of got to get creative. So with this one, it wouldn't work with all of the avatars animated, which is what I wanted to do. And so I went with 1 or 2 animations and then a lot of videos to give it movement. And then what I'm working on right now is like comic book style dialogue boxes. And I'll put those in using Photoshop, you know, no background, just writing up all the dialogue that way. And then that way, as you go through each of the hexes, it'll kind of be like you're in a 3D comic book is the idea.
Oh my God, I've always wanted that. Okay. So people can experience this on their smartphone. Is this also like a jump in kind of thing or no? Like, you know how with
it'll be a lobby, and then once you get there, it'll tell you how to get through, but you'll click like on the machine, and that's what'll start it. And then after that, you just have to find the vortex and click on the vortex to get to the next one. And then there'll be an ending and a plot and some stuff along the way, a little twist and turn. But I mean, it's as simple as I can make it.
Simple? No, I don't know, guys.
Well, from a player's perspective, you know.
Oh my God. Okay.
Because we've tried the complex stuff, and that was hard to, you know, we were trying to do multiple tasks and have a lot of animations and stuff. It's hard to keep the players following and engaging, and not everybody knows what's going on. So this is just, think of it like a haunted house. Like when I went to Universal Studios in Hollywood last Halloween, and they do all the sets where you can go through like the Evil Dead and the classic monsters, and they build there was one that was like the Stranger Things, and it's just in a set, but there's like a fake trailer, or kind of like the rides at, you know, the dark rides at Disneyland, where we're going through, and it's the movie, but it's just a bunch of cardboard cutouts. And it's that same kind of idea.
I think this is fantastic, though. I mean, the amount of work you put in it and the imagination, and not only that, you kind of did a hack. Like, because you already knew that to get all those avatars onto an overland, number one, the processing speed, the poly count and whatever, you actually, this is what I was saying in the beginning, guys. There are tools and platforms and resources where you can actually execute your the end result. It might not be exactly how you wanted it, but you're making do with what the platform can accept, and in terms of the tools out there to make something work. Now, granted, what Joe is doing for 2024 Halloween, if he were still to continue, and as Over the Realities platform continues to improve, there's always improvement. There's always room for improvement, and improvement meaning like processor, server speed, like all that kind of stuff. And the way, like, it's really memory space, right? And the speed of which they can handle like animations and stuff like that. But once Over the Reality starts to like improve on their platform, then I'm just talking about Joe, then Joe's content will also evolve with it, because the limitations are really, there could be a number of boundaries that limits you. Number one, the tools. Number one, the platform, because your imagination is limitless. Really, your imagination is limitless. So the fact that humans can take tools and resources to create whatever they're creating. I love comics. Like, I love comic books. And the fact that you've created like these like 80s, 90s style like horror scenes with like a story, and it's like a comic book. Who wouldn't want to go? Do you know what song? Do you know, hey, what's that song by Aha? Take on me. You know that song with the guy, it's all in a comic.
That was a really good video.
Yes. When that came out, I was like floored. I was like, yeah, oh my God. And then he comes out in real life with a girl. That, like, to me, that did so much to me. And it's funny, but Lex at Tech Mental shared with me, I don't know, like a few movies I'm supposed to watch. And one of them was A Scanner Darkly. Remember A Scanner Darkly? With Keanu, Robert Downey Jr., Woody Harrelson, and what's her name? Oh my God, the one that Johnny Depp went out with. Winona Ryder? That was insane. So anything that was animated, like techie, and that whole Aha music video, I think that was like the first of its kind. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? And that's what when I saw the Aha Take On Me music video, I was just so fascinated. And that's why this is so fascinating to me. Like, who wouldn't want to be able to jump into a comic scene? You know what I'm talking about. And then again, there's Comic-Con. So you can walk around with comic characters in RL. I'm just saying. Joe, thank you so much for sharing your content. And guys, Joe doesn't get paid for this. Not yet. He just, I don't know how. Go on.
It's all for funsies.
Exactly. It's for funsies.
I'm going this weekend to Seattle, and then so I'm hoping to have this thing running by the 10th. Going to Weezer tomorrow.
Oh my God. The fact that you've got this packaged 13 haunted hexes, you literally can take this and pitch it to some entity. And at least you've got like a storyboard, a moving storyboard, right? So I love that you've done this. All the work that you've put into this for fun, it is not going to go unnoticed. Definitely, it's definitely planting a seed for something in the future. And I love that you were able to. Yeah, this is fantastic, Joe. And
I just want to point something out too. Just about everything that I used is free. So if you have ideas, you can go on Sketchfab. Has a lot of Creative Commons stuff you can use. I used Mixamo for the animations. Ready Player Me to build the avatars. And then a lot of the AI stuff. Rosebud AI used for some of the skyboxes, which is a free AI service. And then there's a lot of stuff like Meshy and some other ones that are coming out where you can actually text to model 3D assets now. And if you can't now, in a couple months, the technology is going really fast. So if you have an idea, but you don't know how to code. You don't know. The web builder on Over is drag and drop basically. So your problem might be with textures and file types, but that's an easy thing to learn. So it's a small barrier to entry. You can really make something cool if you want.
See, thank you, Joe. He said it. He gave you the list of free tools. He even told you what he used. A lot of, I don't know, it's weird. A lot of, like, in the past, creators or artists don't want to share how they did something, right? Because it's like, oh no, I'm giving away my secret, my stuff. But I love Web3, or I love the what's it called? The change in the change of perception and attitude in terms of community and sharing and collaboration that we're seeing right now with one another. Thank you so much, Joe. I have Brover up. I'm going to bring him up. I'm so glad he's up because my next thought was the mappers. Okay, I wanted to focus on the mappers. Hey, Brover, how's it going, sir?
What's up? What's up? I just wanted to tell that in the last space, Joey shared me the link to all the tools, and I tried it, and it works. It works really great. I've been going a little bit back and forth. I had ChatGPT on the side to help me if I had any problem. I have more trouble with Unity because I never used it before, but it's going there. It's going there now. I'm going to try to use the map I did on the land to try to put something. But Joey's technique is really awesome, and the sky is the limit. Over.
Oh my God, Brover, that is amazing. Okay, and this is exactly what's happening, what I personally hoped would happen. When I first joined Over in 2021, Hex was there, Altered Alley was there, Matthew Lee Rosen was there, a few people were there. I don't think you were there yet, Joe. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But everybody just loves Over the Reality. We still do. And they're like, oh my God. So we bought up land and Hex made the first metaverse. He connected with all these musicians and artists and said, yeah, there's Over and let's do a metaverse music festival. And then he partnered up with Decentraland Spatial, like all these people. And then there was kind of, I'm going to be honest, from my perspective, there was like some like, meaning like, oh my God, it's almost like I felt that the community wanted Over to do more. This is just my perspective, okay? And they expected, hey, Over, we're doing this, we're doing that. Why not this? How come this isn't working and stuff like that? I understand the frustration. I understand the frustration of content creators who are trying to share the possibilities of what Over can do to a huge organization, to events and festivals, and to businesses using Over as part of their like business plan or whatever. And I get that. But when I looked at all this, when I took a big overview of everything, I'm like, guys, you know what? There's a disconnect here. And the disconnect is Over really is sharing a platform that's still in beta. They're allowing you to play in their playground, their digital playground, but people were kind of like putting the horse before the cart in a way. This is just my opinion, okay? So they're like, yeah, and then they knew the possibilities of Over spatial platform. It's just that the server part wasn't there yet. They're a very small team, so that kind of level of support just wasn't there. And the reason why is because honestly, my personal opinion back then is Over was still in beta. So can you imagine if you lived in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s, any tech company, before they launch something, they've been working on it for 2-3 years and they've been testing it massively. And they've had teams of QA people and all that stuff. And then they finally release it to the public. With Over, it's not so. Over was doing that, what do they call that type of, it starts with an S. That every time Over iterated something in their platform, you got to see it and you got to use it. And of course, things are going to break, not work and stuff like that. But that's because Over allowed you guys to, while they are being so transparent in their technology, come and play. Now, is that such a good thing? I don't know. Like if you're an early adopter and then you want your first hands-on something, that's great. But then there's expectations where, oh man, I'm supposed to present something to like a boardroom of people in New York City to get this music deal, and now it's not working because, right? I'm just being honest. Hex, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, but it was, they did the same thing we were doing. It wasn't like they went, so like with the Music Fest thing, right? They still went and did the thing with the Decentraland. It wasn't like they were like, oh, it doesn't work. That's why no, they still went and did it. And then, but even with like the AI things, like the AI bots, they did introduce AI. They did have a game on there. Not everybody got access to it. In fact, nobody got access to it except that one game. And I understand it was a testing out there. I'm not, okay, but they did, it wasn't that the tech didn't work. They just didn't work with us.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. So here, I feel you. I hear you. I'm there with you.
Used it, right? They did do it.
They did it after, though.
Like, no, they did it.
Remember,
they did it in 2022. Like, they did it. And they did the AI thing. They did the AI game with the punks, right? And it was cool where it was like this multi-platform thing, the punk hunt, right? And that was cool. You know, it was a cool thing. Everybody got to go and check out. There's the Sandbox, there's the Decentraland, it was really like all kinds of different platforms with that, with the punk hunt, right? And that was cool, and they were part of that, but not everybody got the AI.
That's true. I remember that. That's a good thing you brought up. So when you get Hexadize and I in a space, and when we talk about over the reality, you will totally get a transparent story. And Hex is laughing, and it is what it is. And like Alex is down there, and Alex is just like, okay, because he knows, like Alex, our head of community, he knows all this. Like he's deep in the weeds, he's behind the scenes, he's on top of the scenes, he's everywhere. So he knows, right? He sees, he knows, he's everything. So he knows what Hex is talking about. Like he knows. You're right, and I don't know what to say to that, because if I say something,
cool. We get it, and it's cool. This is the tech works. It does do exactly what it's supposed to do, and that's the best part about it, right? It does do, and it does so much. Like, to where people like Joe over here can go and make this living comic book. This is incredible. There's people. I talk to big brands all week, every week, right? And all of them are like, "Oh, that would be cool." And I'm like, "But we're doing," and I get so confused and set back, because I'm like, "But people are doing this. Like, look at what this guy's doing out of his house. You know, you're a big brand, and you don't understand. Like, you're confused on how to do this, but you can do it right here on over." And when you show it, they're like, "Oh my gosh! Like, how can you do this?" It's like, I mean, now you almost feel bad because it's too easy.
Yeah, I hear you.
They're like, "No, it can't be that easy." It's like, it is that easy. Look, let's walk through this comic book. Boom. Let's get spooked. You want to get spooky? Let's get spooky over here.
Oh, that's true. So here's the thing. I was doom scrolling on Instagram, and I love like developer memes and stuff like that, right? So there's one scenario where there's like, it says it's funny. It's like the scene is a guy on a, like he's on an indoor golf green, right? And he's about to drive, like he's in a driving thing. So he's got his driver and he's about to drive. So in this Instagram reel, it's like, it says client and developer. So the client is the guy about to, like drive his golf ball. So there's two developers at the back, and you'll know where I'm getting at. So the client swings and he misses the ball, and then the developers hurry up, grab the golf ball and throw it. And I'm laughing. I'm not saying that's what Over has done. When you say, but it worked, I don't know the back end. So sure, yeah, it did. But I know for a fact that I've worked with companies where we had a client meeting so we could show the client what we've done, the client, and it wasn't ready. So we had a whole team at the back end, like we were doing a virtual thing. It was a back end for a mobile tech, whatever, UI back end, and it wasn't ready. So you know what? We made sure that the devs at the back were ready so that anytime we show the client like face front, oh, and if you click this, it works. And when you click this, it works. It didn't. The buttons didn't really work. It didn't really go anywhere. It was the devs that made sure. I'm just saying, I won't tell what company it was, but I realized, wow, so that's what you do. You know you can do it. You have a timeline. It's not ready when you tell the client, when you want to present it to the client, but you sure hell after you do that presentation and the client bought in, you're gonna work the dev team's gonna work their ass off just to get it ready. I'm not saying that that's what Over is doing, but I'm thinking sometimes companies do that. Just like June 5th of last year when Apple launched, they did, oh, Apple Vision Pro, blah, 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 blah. We can do this. Come on. I don't even know what percentage of that was CGI. It's like they're just painting an imagination of what you can use with Apple Vision Pro and what the future will hold. Really? A lot of that stuff was CGI. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure this part of it is CGI. Joe.
Sorry, I was trying to hit the 100%, but I guess I put no, it was CGI. I guess why I'm up though, I wanted to touch back on some of the stuff that you were talking about with Over and the evolution, just real fast.
Yes.
If you remember, back in the day, they had subscription for the little treasure hunts and stuff that we came out with. You would go around different hexes and play. And then they evolved that so it felt gamified. You're like, oh, this is a really cool gamified Web3. And then it shifted to the AR awards, and there were multiple iterations of the AR awards. So then it was a content creation Web3 platform for a while. And now it's shifted gears into mapping. It's a hardcore mapping. So it's not that it's not doing all those things. I think they got to pick a gear for a minute. And so I think all of that is going to evolve back around eventually. And that's kind of just what I wanted.
Oh, no. Thank you for saying that. That's very true. And that's very important. So yes, whatever Joe said is exactly the storyline of Over. If you were entering it from a user perspective, right? There was a treasure hunt thing, Hex knows. Then there was like the whole content creation wearables. Like they had the AR awards, which by the way, Diego Di Tommaso did say they're going to bring back the AR awards again. And then they pivoted to map to earn, and you're like, what the heck's going on now? So if you were part of Over like 2 years ago, and then you kind of like life got busy and you came back, and you're like, map turn, what the hell's going on with map turn? Like, what's this? I have people DMing me saying, hey, I still have Overlands, I still have my AR content. Is it still there? Because now it's this map turn. What is it? And I have to go, yes, it's still there. We're just doing this. But yeah, Joe, that is a very important thing to mention. Thank you so much. Yes, Hex.
No, the beauty of what made those things the best, and for me personally, right, like the treasure hunt, right, in the map to earn, or any of those things, it wasn't necessarily the collective, but it makes it easier to show people what it is, because you can walk up. It's during the little treasure hunt thing. I could stand inside of I remember walking up to the Whataburger, like walking around, and the people working the drive-thru is like 9-10 o'clock at night. They shout out the window, "Hey, what are you doing?" And so I walk over to the drive-thru. I was like, getting money, and I showed them. They said, no way. So 3 people download the app. I was like, look, I'll leave your parking lot alone. You can go see what you get. You each get one. The map to earn's the same way. I go into some of these stores where we're already doing like flyers and posters for like polyphonic spree, right? So Slick, if you ever get to meet him or see him around, talk to him. But we put up these posters and these flyers everywhere for all these shows all the time. So we go into these spots. We're like, hey, hey, look, have you 3D scanned this? Here, or you just do it. You just start and they're like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm scanning. What do you mean you're scanning? Well, I just scanned part of your store, part of your venue. Okay. And then they go, what? And then now I don't do it anymore. Now they're doing it themselves, right? So, most of them don't care about the tokens, Most of the venue owners and the shops and the stores who give a rip about getting paid in tokens, they go, wait a minute, what are you going to do with that scan? What happens with that? Wait a minute. So can I set up and like, yeah, in fact, you know, that AI agent that's coming around the corner, OpenAI, and everybody else is doing it, you know, chat, you can have one of those, you can just set it up. It works right here. No way. Those people love that stuff. And then now the problem is, like, I don't make any money on it because now they go and do it and they set up their own store and the whole like decentralized true ownership aspect takes place. It's like, damn, just cut myself out of a commission. But I guess it's okay when the whole world owns their own thing. But yeah, no, people, that is what I see those things for. The creator contest, it wasn't necessarily about, oh, we want to, it was, hey, this is the easiest way to show you. I don't have to talk to you about it. It's just right here. You want to make something, there's somebody over here. Most of them don't care about the tokens. They just care about where are, so there's other people over here doing this. I can hang out with other people, do what I enjoy. Count me in.
No, that's a great, that's a great point. That's a great point. I love that you shared that. And I know, is Elias still down here? I know Elias is doing that with the overmaps. Like, he's just doing his thing, right? And people are asking him, and like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Actually, I don't know where he was, but he was like, he had his old gear set up and he was mapping, and then a bunch of German guys probably walked up to him and saying, hey, dude, you look weird with all that stuff hanging off your neck. What's going on? And then he with his X-Real glasses and his, you know, one of his phones dangling off his wearing it like a necklace. So, and he got to share with them what Over was and what he was doing, and they thought it was pretty cool. I love that. It's kind of like a kind of not guerrilla marketing, but kind of like that. But you're absolutely right, Hex. I did want to say something. Brover, OMG, like, it's kind of weird. It's kind of like, so I haven't known Brover for a while, but ever since he became a mapper with his partner Strawberry, I've gotten to know them through the stuff that they post. And all I know is, and this is what I mean, when you have the tools and the resources, and then you kind of like have that conviction where I'm going to learn this, I'm going to sit down and learn it. I just can't wait to see what Brover's going to come up with now that Joe sent him some tools and stuff like that. So I don't know, like, now he's going to be even super busy. So I don't know, Brover, is the time you're going to take to learn how to create going to cut into your mapping time? I don't know.
Well, it's in the process, of course. Like right now, I'm struggling a little with Unity because I never used it before. So I'm going to take classes. You know, I have the tendency to go super fast. I want to break all the barriers and not care about the stoplights. And I spent 3 days on Unity. Just trying to use my map, and then I realized that I wasn't using the good version. So kind of stupid of me, but yeah, I learned from my mistakes. But you can already see something where I put some animated stuff from Joe's website, and I uploaded on my map. You can see some cartoon characters twerking on my map. I'm just testing to see how far I can push it right now. So if you want to see some cartoon characters twerking, you can check my land. But yes, of course, I'm going to take my computer with me, and next to the content we're going to create, Strawberry Cake and I, during a 1 month travel, it's going to be difficult to take time just for that. Of course, the main objective is to map as much as possible during this 1 month. But yeah, it's definitely on the planning, and I don't say that lightly. Over.
Wow, I can't wait. And I know that the team's going to be so excited because, you know, the team, they're very busy. I think they're having dinner now or whatever. But they always love seeing like what the community is doing on the platform, whether they have the time to reach out to say, hey, we like what, but they really do. They're really excited to see all the content that's happening. And sometimes I know like our Diego and Davide, they're not always on social, like they're not. But when they do have the time, you see, Davide retweet and like some stuff, and also Diego when they can. They're just really busy. But on behalf of the team, and I know Alex knows this, they're always super impressed at how the community utilizes the platform, because it's really a win-win. You're showing not just the world or anybody, but the use cases for it and what can be done. And it's still so early. That's the thing. It is so early. Guys, I feel kind of bad because Arias dot what Ariasane.eth was here, and he used to be Over Landlord. That's his music alt avatar, and I wanted to like share his song. So I don't know. I hate the sharing thing. So I'm gonna try to share it. He partnered with Cybernerd Baby, and Cybernerd Baby created an AR experience on Over the Reality, and they imported his music. I'm going to share it on the net somewhere, and let me figure it out first. But what I loved about it is it was almost like, I don't think this was the first song that was uploaded and over, but the experience was really amazing, and I know it made me cry. Where is this? Where the heck is it? Anyway, it's on the screen. Here it is. Oh gosh, gosh. I need like as an assistant. I do. Okay, here. So I'm posting it, and let me see if it was here. Oh, and I'm so sad that he left. I guess he's busy, he's working, but I really wanted to show you what a collaboration project can be like. And I know you guys I know Stilo knows about this, about collaboration. I know Altered Alley and Kbot knows, but this was really exciting when I saw, I think this was in 2021 actually, or early 2022, and it's up on the where is it? Yes, it's on the, oh, it doesn't even show. But if you look up, it's the first one on the billboard. And I shared Cybernerd Baby's collab with Arias Rain, or he actually created the song, and it's a very beautiful song. And then Cybernerd Baby created like an experience to go with it. You can definitely see it if you download the app and experience that. But yeah, I wanted to share that while he was on there. And guys, it's 9 minutes after the hour. Whew. Let me just, goodness. Oh, Alex Nets is here. Open Metaverse is here. Rick the Ruler, nice to see you. Sosa, James Jones, thank you. Rex, I know you're so busy. I'm glad that you still stayed on. Virtual X, it's always good to see you. Thor's, hey, it's Thor's Day today. If you don't know, Thor's runs a weekly Twitch marbles game on Discord. No, Twitch, and then a corresponding Twitter space with Rosemarie Oakley from the Xeno Mainnets community. And I always join. It's crazy. I never win anything though, because I think it's rigged. I'm just kidding. But anyway, I really loved. I was shouting out to the Xeno Mainnets community. Conrad's still here. I know Cortez was here, and did I get to say hi to Cortez? Is Conjilla still here? Good Lord, Conjilla's gone. But guys, I want to say, so the Derby won. If you don't know, oh my God. Oh yeah, yesterday on Hexadize's Web3 Wednesdays, we got to hear the Derby One and Anna Pan Art talk about AI. And today it's 10 minutes. I'm 10 minutes late. It's 10 minutes into their space. And I'm wanting to, oh my God. Can you just follow me when I go into a space? Because I don't want to miss their space. They're going to be launching, or I think they're going to have a special AI guest co-host, and I really want to make it to support them. So I'm going to end this. It's 11:11. Ooh, the divine numbers. It's 11:11, and I really appreciate everyone here. I just really want to be able to support the Derby One. You know what I'm going to do? Let me go and find his. Oh my God. Let me go and find his link. And I'm going to share it, copy link. Where am I going to share it? And then I'm going to share it on, there's just so many tabs going on. I'm just talking to myself like crazy. Okay, here it is. Okay, here. I'm going to share it up on the billboard. I'm going to tag them. I'm going to tag them so they know that we're supporting them. It's always good to support each other. The thing is, there's so many people sometimes I can't keep track. Like, honestly, I want to support everybody. But it's like, it's so hard. Anna Pan, what's her name? Hang on, guys. Oh, but before we go, Anna Pan Art, I want to share this space. Okay, I'm posting it, and here it is. I'm gonna share it up in the Jumbotron. Ooh, they're testing. Ooh, they're testing. That's kind of funny. Okay, so I'm sharing it up on the billboard. Guys, if you have the time, can you please click up there where I share the Derby One and Anna Parts Twitter space, and let's join and let's support them, even though if you're busy, and let's just show up anyway, because they always show up for us, and I know they do. But before we go, I'm gonna play Kanjila's song. Oh my God, he's gone. Okay. Yay, Kanjila's here. Woohoo! All right. So guys, we're gonna thank you so much for joining. Please click the link after you hear Kanjila's song so that we can join and we can surprise the Derby One and Anna Pan. Thank you so much. Happy Thursday. Have a great weekend. Alex, thank you so much for being. Alex is like the only core community member that always supports the community, what we do, and I really appreciate that. But anyway, everybody, thank you, and let's bring it out for Kanjila's Zombie Mobbing. What's up? I'm just zombie mobbing. I'll be soon to hollering. I'm just zombie mobbing. I'll be soon to hollering. I'm just zombie mobbing. I'm just zombie mobbing. I'm just zombie mobbing. I'll be soon to hollering. I'm buying the dick. Zombie mob, we be eating it quick. Accumulate, then I'm thinking my shit. Leaving flexes gonna be making it rich. I got diamond hand, no early sale. I'm about to ball like I find a Dell. See the merch pack in the air. Shout out scary, I heard building the brand. I be chilling with the homies Einstein. On there, tell you, sir, get in line. Got the bro, bear respect is mine. For the winners.com. NFT, I just caught mine. Can't believe we got Rembrandt. Bigger Diggy and Justin. Got the beast with the marketer. Oh, what's up? I'm just zombie mobbing. I be seeing new Holland. I'm just zombie mobbing. I be seeing new Holland. I'm just zombie mobbing. I'm just zombie mobbing. I'm just zombie mobbing. I be seeing new Holland. Heavy on the development. Worker on the finance side. Nick on the creator. Trying to put us use a hater. Skillin' grinding like I'm a sailor. Swap bread, crypto paper. Deep be mad it. And then other souls is paddock. They are rock the phone mode. We got it for the low. Tell me why I'm really willing. Got the best ammo for the stood. I'm keeping good. Wake up grinning. Watch the side to turn to the villain. Money power to the ceiling. Hoping million love giving. Aiming for 100 billion. I'm this zombie mobbing. I'll be seeing New Holland. I'm this zombie mobbing. I'll be seeing New Holland. I'm this zombie mobbing. I'm this zombie mobbing. I'm this zombie mobbing. I'll be seeing New Holland. Hey, what's up, guys? There you have it. I'll be zombie mobbing with by Kanjila. And please follow Kanjila if you want to add to your collection of music NFT that's just going to blow up, because it just is. And everybody, thank you so much. Please don't forget to click on the link above and let's support, if you can, the Derby One and Anna. They're doing a lot in the AI space. And today, this is going to be special. So let's go sneak in and let's surprise them. Okay, bye, everyone. See you later, alligators. Woo-hoo.